Hey Cancer, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree and I'm going to be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of April 2020. If this is your first time catching one of my videos, I do want to say welcome. And I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I will be using my Morgan Greer Tarot deck. For clarifiers, I will use my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And then Cancer, I'm going to end your reading with a Chakra Oracle card. Now, I know a lot of you have been with me for a while, so you know the drill. But in case you are new and you don't know, I do read jumper cards, so that means when I'm shuffling, sometimes you'll see cards fly out of the deck or you'll see cards flip over. Those are the cards that I do choose to read because I believe that they're, trying to give us some specific information, so I do pay attention to that. So let's go ahead and get started, Cancer. What do we need to know for the sign of Cancer as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance? Oh, okay, for the month of April 2020. Didn't take any time for me to get some cards for you, Cancer. Now I am working with a new, kind of a new camera angle, so I apologize if things look crooked. I'm going to do my best to keep it straight because that's just my Virgo nature. All right, Cancer, so I can tell that you're making a lot of decisions as we move into April. And, considering everything that's going on, that's kind of to be expected. A lot of us are kind of rethinking, reevaluating our lives, our work, our careers, and just trying to kind of make sense of everything because we are in some very uncertain times. But Cancer, I just want you to know that you have more options than you think, and you also have some new opportunities coming your way. We have the Two of Wands in reverse, full upright, Six of Cups, Moon reverse, Hangman upright. Also, we have the Nine of Wands and the Two of Swords in the upright position. The Two of Wands talks about you're feeling a little hesitant as far as what you really want to do and if you want to take action right now, especially as it relates to your money. You're not sure if you should start a new business, look for a new job, and you're also feeling a little, it's like you're trying to kind of think about your future, but at the same time, you just don't know enough to really make any type of solid decision. And I think that's kind of normal for all of us right now. You also have the Fool in the upright position. This is about a new opportunity, a new journey, a new path, a new direction. Now, you're not going to feel like you know everything you need to know. I think we kind of already talked about that. But at the same time, you're not willing to sit still. You really do want to do something. You have to do something because that's just, that's just who you are. You're not someone to just kind of sit still and let things happen. You're going to do what you can to kind of move things in a forward direction. Now, you also have the Six of Cups in the reverse. This tells me that there's probably someone or something from your path that is kind of getting in the way. Now, like I said, you're kind of hesitant to make a decision. However, you know you're going to do something, and there is going to be an opportunity for you to do something, but there is going to be someone from your past that could be holding you back or could not be supportive. Now, this is not something that will affect you long term, but it does kind of affect you emotionally because this is someone who is probably close to you or someone who you've had a long-term tie or connection to. And it's also someone who kind of is making decisions based on fear. And because that person is coming from a fear mindset, it is influencing you. But you have the motivation and the determination to really kind of come out ahead some way, somehow. Now we also have the moon in the reverse position. This means there's going to be some information revealed to you very soon, probably within that first week of April. As soon as April starts, look for new ideas, new information, new messages, some news of some sort. But you are going to be getting some information as it relates to your money and to your finances, possibly also to your career and or your business. Now, this is something you did not know, but in light of the current situations, information suddenly becomes available or suddenly becomes revealed. Now, I'm not too sure if this is necessarily information that you were expecting or anticipating. I'm not getting the sense that it's good or bad, but I am getting the sense that it is useful. Now, you also have the Hangman in the upright position. The Hangman means, again, you're feeling a little stuck and you're feeling kind of like you just don't want to. It's like you don't want to make a wrong decision, but you feel like you need to make some type of a choice. And it could be a little overwhelming and a little bit of, stressful at times, but just trust that you don't have to feel rushed and you don't have to feel pressured. Just kind of be okay with kind of sitting still for a little while. That's the message I'm getting for you, Cancer, is that it's okay to kind of take your time and to really process things before you jump into anything. We also have the Nine of Wands here. This tells me that you're ready to possibly walk away from something. Again, I'm getting the sense that you're just not ready though. And I'm also getting the sense that when you do walk away from whatever it is, it's going to actually be a good thing. And it's going to benefit you in more ways than one, and probably more ways than you expect. It's almost like you do see all the evidence there that you do want to move away or you do want to go in a different direction. But you're still hesitating. And like I said, that's okay. You don't have to pressure yourself, but just know that when you do decide to move away from something, or when you do decide to kind of start taking steps in a new direction, in a new area, it is going to benefit you. I can tell you that. Now, we also have the Two of Swords here. Sometimes this shows up when it's all about limiting beliefs, or sometimes it's about us thinking we don't have a choice, but in reality, you have a multitude of choices. You have so many things that you can do, but for whatever reason, you feel like you can't, or you feel like you're limited. It's about making the choice and not feeling like you can't. And I do want to say that make sure you really evaluate the whole picture. Really make sure that you're not creating excuses in your head as to why you can't do something or as to why it's not going to work out. Okay? Because a lot of times it's the situation, but it's choosing how we see the situation. Again, this is going to cause a little bit of uncertainty as it relates to money, finances, prosperity, and abundance for you. But it doesn't mean that things are not happening, and it doesn't mean that things won't be happening. I think it's just more about you, Cancer, really feeling it's like you need to feel secure, and I understand that because I think we all do. Okay. What else do we need to know for the sign of Cancer as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of April 2020? What do we need to know for the sign of Cancer? What do we need to know for Cancer? What's going on with Cancer's money? All right, Cancer. So there's going to be no shortage of work, and there's going to be no shortage of cash flow if you're willing to work for it. That's the good thing. You also want to make sure you're paying really good attention to your health. I've been getting this reverse star card in almost every reading this month. And considering what's going on, with this virus, it's just really I guess, kind of a reminder to really pay attention to our health. When the star shows up in the reverse, it's usually something health related. So you have to be careful as you're going out and about, just do the things we've all been told to do, but really make sure your health is a priority, especially as we move into that second week of April. Now we have Temperance here upright. We also have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Wheel of Fortune reverse, Star reverse, and then we have Seven of Pentacles, Four of Cups, both in the upright position. Now, Cancer, as we move into the middle of April, you're going to feel that things are finally starting to come into balance. Like I said, you're going to get some information, you're going to get, some ideas and some opportunities, and even probably start taking action on moving in a new direction as it relates to your money. And things will start to feel like they're starting to balance out. You're going to feel like you have a little bit more control over your income, and you're going to feel like you have a little bit more control as far as how you're making that income and how much of an income you're making. These are things that you were feeling a little iffy about in that first week of April, but I just want you to know, just trust that as we move through the month, things are going to get a little bit more clear and just a little bit more stable for you. Now, we also have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse position. This means just be careful that you don't, that you're being very diligent about how you spend your money. I don't think any of us are really going to go crazy as far as, spending, during these times. But at the same time, you're really going to have to pay meticulous attention to your finances. If you can pay the minimums on something, maybe do that just for a month or two instead of trying to make big chunks of, debt payments or something like that. Just really make sure that you have a good solid supply of cash on hand. Don't let your money get tied up, and be very, very, like I said, very, very diligent, paying attention to your bills, paying attention to receipts and statements and all that stuff. The Nine of Pentacles, this is a very lavish energy, and it's also a very overflowing energy. But when she shows up in the reverse, that just means we have to be a little bit more careful, really pay attention to those details. We also have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Now, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse means that things are going to turn around. Now, sometimes things turn around, but they turn around in an unexpected way. And this isn't necessarily good or bad. It's just something that's more of a surprise. And I'm feeling like that's probably what's going to happen for you in mid-April, Cancer. It's like things are going to turn around, and they're going to be a little, I don't want to say shocking, but you're going to be caught a little bit off guard. Now, the good thing about this is that this is something that you didn't anticipate or you didn't expect, but at the same time, it's not something that's going to totally, throw you, for a loop to where you can't recover. You're going to very much be able to recover, and you're going to very much make the best of this situation. Now, again, we have the Star here in the reverse. And like I said, this is all about really paying attention to your health, and you really have to make health a priority in the middle of April, actually probably throughout the whole month. Health is the utmost importance of anything that any of us really are going through right now, and we really have to make sure that self-care, plenty of rest, and nourishing foods are at the top of our list as far as, what we're doing and how we're spending our money and our time. Now, this is what's really good here, is because, like I said, I do see work is coming in for you. Now, this may or may not be related to what you're currently doing right now or in your current business, but there's going to be no shortage of customers, clients, or opportunities for you to make some money. If you want to make money, the opportunities will show up. There will be people who are seeking you or seeking your expertise or seeking your advice, and they are going to be willing to pay for that. So make sure you really put yourself out there, because money is available if you want it. This is the Four of Cups. Again, this is about being presented, things, opportunities, choices, options. Some of them may excite you, some of them may not, but just know that you're not going to be stuck and forced to do only one thing, or you're not going to be stuck feeling like you just don't have any type of choice. You are going to be presented with choices, and like I said, not all of them may be exciting, but there probably is going to be one or two gems in there, and I think you better take advantage of it. All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and clarify and see what else shows up for you for April 2020. All right, what do we need to know for the sign of Cancer as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of April 2020? What do we need to know for the sign of Cancer? All right, Cancer. April may feel a little shaky at the beginning, but as we move through the month, I have to tell you, things are definitely going to be turning in your favor. We have the Ten of Wands here. The Sun card, one of my favorite cards, one of the most positive cards in the deck, and that's in the upright position. King of Swords, Six of Swords reverse, the Fool. Then we have the Hermit card. This is another one that's been showing up almost in every sign, every reading for this month. And I think all of us are going into Hermit mode. So let's look at what we've got here. We've got the Fool. Remember, we saw him up here. You're definitely going on a new direction, a new path, a new season, a new chapter in your life. But let's go ahead and start here with the Ten of Wands. Now, you're really going to be feeling like you could be a little overwhelmed as we move into the second half of April. You're going to feel like you're taking on a lot. You know, but Cancer, I think in some ways you kind of have to do that because it's like the more involved you get with everything, the more secure and the more stable things feel for you. And I say that because it fell onto that Temperance card. So while this may feel like you're taking on several projects or you're juggling a lot all at once, just know that it's for the greater good. Long term, it's going to pay off. In the short term, it's really going to give you that sense of security that you truly need. Now, we also have the Sun card. The Sun card is the ultimate positive card. If things are not going well, trust that they will by the time we hit that second half of April. I can't say enough good things about the Sun card. If you're looking for something, or a sign, I should say, to let you know that things are going to turn around, things are going to be okay, and that you are going to have what you need, or that the answer is going to be yes for you in some way, shape, or form. This card is it. This is confirmation that things are going to work out for you. Cancer, don't feel, I don't want you to feel discouraged, because seeing this card here tells me that things are going to work out. Now, you don't know exactly how that's going to happen, or sometimes even exactly when, but just know that the energy will shift in your favor as we move through the month of April. We also have the King of Swords here. The King of Swords in the reverse, he's all about cutting things off, especially letting go of the unnecessary. He's like the great eliminator. And sometimes you have to say no to something so you could say yes to something else. The King of Swords is all about that. He wants you to release the things that are getting in the way so you can have a clear, direct focus on the goals and the things that you are trying to make happen. Now we have the Six of Swords here. Six of Swords is about, there's going to be a cancellation of travel plans in some way. There's a move that was scheduled to happen and it's not going to happen. Now, when I say a move, I don't necessarily mean a change in residence, although it could be. But there is some type of a trip, a vacation, something that you had planned that obviously is not going to happen, okay? And this could be a cancellation or it could just be a postponement. But just know that you're not going to be doing too much of geographical relocating at this time. Again, we have our Fool card here. He's showing up twice for you, Cancer. This means you're definitely headed in a new direction. And the good thing is that you have this positive energy that is really going to serve you. You just have a really good mindset. Your spirit is in a really good place. And that's something that the Fool is all about because, you know, he talks about just moving ahead with, with no hesitation, with no preconceived notions. It's just really just moving forward and trusting the process each step of the way. And again, we have the Hermit card. Like I said, I think a lot of us are going into Hermit mode, or we will continue to be in Hermit mode as we move through the month of April. This is going to be a time of deep self-reflection. It's also going to be a time of self-awareness for you, Cancer. Really just kind of going within, and you just kind of really just looking at yourself and really thinking about how you want your life to look and how you want things to be, and really kind of redefining who you are, not only professionally, but also personally, and maybe even spiritually and emotionally. It's like you're really just kind of coming into your own, and you really just have a lot of time to kind of just sit and think. So, Hermit is also Virgo energy. So, you may have a Virgo in your life who you know, kind of affects you, I should say, in one way or another. Someone close to you. All right, so what else do we need to know for the sign of Cancer as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance? Okay, Cancer, let's take a look. Now we have the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands here. So you're definitely going to see some traction and see some movement as it relates to your work. Now, when I say your work, it may or may not be a job, okay? But whatever it is that you're doing to bring in income to support yourself and your family, you're going to see some movement there. Now, when I say movement, it could be on many different levels. It could be energetic movement. It could be literal movement, you know, like going to the office, going to work, going to a new job. It could also mean a change in kind of the structure of your work, meaning maybe you could get a new position. Maybe you are promoted. Maybe your job turns into, you know, maybe you just have more or less responsibility. Maybe they start changing your responsibilities, you know, with your title. So just know that there's going to be some movement and some change as it relates to your work. Okay, and you're going to get that news at the end of the month. So just kind of know that things are going to be changing, that nothing is going to stay solid for a little while for you. Things are just kind of flowing in many different directions. Now, we also have the Ten of Pentacles here. This is you kind of doing your own thing, kind of breaking away from the system, so to speak. And when I say that, I really want you to understand that it's where you're making the deliberate choice to kind of go your own way, either be a solopreneur, maybe do your work in a different way, maybe to start a business. But whatever it is, it's the opposite of collaboration. It is the opposite of working together in a group. It's more about you taking a step back and doing your own thing. Now, this could be in your work too. You know, maybe you work better alone. Maybe you decide that, you know, you don't want to do group projects. Or maybe you decide that you don't want to necessarily manage a team because you just don't want the responsibility. Okay? Now, we also have the Moon card in the reverse, and we saw him again up here, which means more things are being revealed. So things are going to start coming to the surface the first week of April. As we move towards the end of April, just know that there's going to be even more things showing up. There's going to be more information. There's going to be more things that were hidden that will be revealed, okay? And again, because we're talking about money and finances here, I'm feeling like this is something related to your work, business, or career. It also could be something that affects your work, business, or career. Usually when the moon is in the reverse position, it means that something that was going on behind the scenes suddenly comes to light. It also means sometimes somebody was being dishonest and the truth comes out, okay? So depending on your situation and how it relates to your circumstances, that's how I'm going to interpret that, because that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like it's something that was going on and somebody could have been doing something, but now the truth is finally revealed and everybody sees what's really going on and what's really happening. Now we have the Seven of Cups here. Seven of Cups is all about, again, it's having options and choices being presented to you. And it's very tempting to kind of go with what is attractive right now, but may not necessarily be the best choice long term. So that's what the Seven of Cups is telling you. It's telling you you're going to be presented with a lot of things. Some of them are going to look really, really good. Some of them are going to just look okay. But you have to look at the long-term picture, the long-term progression of these choices. So just because something sounds good right now doesn't mean it's going to sound good a month from now, 2 months from now, a year from now. So just really be careful and really take your time when you are being presented with more than one option, and really make sure that the option works for you now and that it has the potential to work for you in the future. Finally, we have the Page of Wands. This is positive news and information coming in about your work. I think we already talked about that, Cancer. We know that there's going to be some changes. There's going to be some shifts happening. But the page in the upright position, this is a positive message, positive news, positive information, something that's going to help you, something that's going to really help you make better decisions for yourself. Or this news here is going to just kind of reveal something or give you some information that will allow you to do something that you've always wanted to do. So that's very exciting. Overall, Cancer, you've got a really good month of April. Like I said, there's going to be things kind of shifting around, but it's not, there's nothing here that is that's anything to kind of stress or worry about. If anything, you've got so many positive things kind of happening in your favor that, I think it's just time to really just be excited and be calm and really feel secure in what's coming your way. April's going to be a good month for you overall. You may have, like I said, little things here and there that kind of cause you a little bit of uncertainty, but overall, April is going to be good, very good to you. All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and pick a Chakra Oracle card. Oh, we got number 6, the root chakra. This one says motivation. And I think that's going to be something good for you to kind of maybe kind of meditate on throughout the month of April. Motivation. Not that you need to be motivated, Cancer. I know that it is in your nature to be proactive and to kind of do something. But motivation is definitely going to be one of the underlying energies for you for April of 2020. All right, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, feel free to leave them down below. And if you're interested in a private reading, I will have that linked in the description as well. All right, Cancer, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'll see you again next month.